Hey guys, Ducky here, and I'm back with yet another Artisium update video. And as you can see, I am not in the Artisium server today because I am in my Hypixel housing right now. This is where a lot of the event yesterday took place. It's changed a lot since last week. I kind of made it look a lot nicer, decorated a bit, added some little stuff for people to do when they're waiting. We have these like little platforms for the teams, but that's not the most important part because yesterday was the final round. A lot of you will know what happened, but I kind of just want to go over what happened. So the winners of the team modifier were Red Cherries by quite a lot, I think. Before anyone says it was rigged or that I added too much points for us, no, I think the only reason why we were able to win by so much is because we had almost 10 hours of practice beforehand. We had like a really close team in terms of friendship. And it's not like we were friends before the event and that just put us on the same team just because then we have an advantage. No, we became friends since the teams were announced. And we became really close friends, and I think that helps a lot. We also had a lot of organization, a lot of tactics that we created. We tested everything out before the thing. We had a lot of teams didn't really do anything until right before. Whereas we've been practicing literally since the teams were announced. We had tactics ready to practice. We tested stuff out, we had everything written out, and we were just like so organized. I don't know how it was for the team. Maybe I'm wrong and every other team was also organized, but from what I've heard from some people, they were saying that our team was just the most organized. And I just know that we were. That's all I know. So yeah. Red Cherries won the team modifier, but then because it was also the final round of the tournament, we had individual winners as well. And the winner of the April tournament was Astral again. So GG to Astral. He just won the tournament for the second time. I think we have to nerf him. He's becoming like a little Technoblade right now. Just taking all the rewards. It's not very nice. But yeah, Astral won the tournament. That's his second win now. The second only win, because this is the second tournament only. So he's won every single one, which is crazy. In the second we had Skilled from blue team. GG, Skilled deserved the top 3. He didn't come top 3 last week. He really deserved it. He's been trying really hard. And then in third spot we had me from this team as well. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked I came in third, because last week I was like 7th or 8th. But, you know, like I said on video Wednesday, I think it was Thursday actually, this one round was so huge. You get so many points from this. Like I said, you could be top 10 and come in top 5, and this is exactly what I proved. But yeah, that aside, I just want to talk about how good it was, because yeah, all the other weeks were cool, everything was really great, but this week really stood out for me. I don't know if it did for everyone else, like a lot of people have told me, but I think it was just so different. It felt like a real like actual tournament. Like the teams were all like working with each other, and like people had plans, people had tactics, people were like discussing stuff with each other, and it was just so good as like a host to see that. So like be able to host something like this, it just feels really good. So yeah, this round was by far for me the best round. I enjoyed myself so much. Yes, we had a bit of drama because actually I'll go into that later, but we had drama, but that's kind of natural. As the tournament grows, we'll have drama. We can't really prevent it. We can do our best to try and sort the drama out, which we did try our best. Maybe it didn't seem like it, but we actually did try our best. But at the same time, there was a lot of drama, but there were so many like positive things that I kind of like cancelled that out, and it was just such a great day. I'll just show you a screenshot of the team podium. We have red team on the top again, like I said. Blueberries was second, and Yellow Bananas came third, and second and third places were actually really close. Overall, it was such a great day. I enjoyed myself a lot, and I hope a lot of people did as well. It was very well organized in my opinion. But now that said, I want to kind of go into what went wrong, because there was a lot of drama, especially near the start, and it kind of all seemed really messy at the start. We did manage to sort it out a tiny bit. After people started playing, I kind of forgot that it happened so badly, but yeah, I kind of just want to talk about what happened that shouldn't have happened. Okay, so what happened was, right at the start when people were joining this lobby, because this is where we kind of like met everyone up at the start to make sure everyone's here at 7 o'clock. What happened was, just like 10 minutes before the event started, we got a message from Rice, who was supposed to be on green team. He was supposed to be the high tier 2 player, although he might actually get promoted to tier 1, but that doesn't really matter. But he was supposed to be on green team as like the second good player. And what happened is he told us he can't make it. So straight away I was panicking. I knew that this just single-handedly just completely destroyed the balanced teams. Like, green team would have been just so much weaker than every other team at this point. And so that was really bad, but I kind of like had to ignore it. Like, there was nothing we could do. We didn't have any more reserves. We couldn't swap anyone in. And then what happened was that Dez was also AFK because he was doing something in his house. Like in real life house. I think he was working on something, but he was AFK and he was also on green team. So that left only Litty and Relaxed Muffin on the green team, which is really unbalanced, like by a lot. Litty's a tier 2 player, Muffin's a tier 3 player. Every other team had at least one tier 1 player, some had 2, and then most teams had 2 tier 2 players and only 1 tier 3 player. Whereas green team was completely unbalanced. Not only did they have only 2 players, but they also had a lot lower level players compared to everyone else. There was a lot of like drama surrounding the fact that the teams were not unbalanced. It wouldn't be fair. So we just had to continue. It was already like 7:10. We couldn't wait anymore. We tried to get Dez on. We tried to get Sky on. They couldn't make it. We decided that we just have to play like this. But yeah, we did say in the last video we're gonna start. We can't wait for people. We're sorry, but it just has to happen. So then we played some TNT tag games. Actually, during the first TNT tag game, my Wi-Fi just suddenly like destroyed itself. It was so bad. Like, my game was freezing so often that when we played TNT tag, when I was chasing people, they would be like running away from me slowly, and I'd be hitting them, and I'm like, why is the TNT not applying to them? And then suddenly they're like just 20 blocks away from me, and I'm like, no, I can't play like this. So I restarted Minecraft, and after that I think it was pretty much just normal. I don't know why it happened. If it happened for the whole event, we would have had such a bigger disadvantage. But luckily it stopped. With TNT Tag was the second game, that was like the first like game where stuff just had started to go in badly a bit. So green team had 2 players at the start. Then during the second TNT Tag game, Dez came on, so I partied him and it was fine. Green team now had 3 players. But then, just to make stuff harder for us, Muffin told us that he had to go. That it was late for him. I'm not sure why he didn't tell us before that he'll have to leave halfway through if he knew. It wasn't even halfway through, it was like 2 games into the thing. So that left green team with 2 members again. And like the competitive games were slowly coming up. Like, we started with the solo games, it was kind of fine for them to have 2 players by then. But once Bedwars and Skywars came in, there was just no way they could have done anything. So after the TNT tag games, that's where all like the drama kind of exploded. Green team only had 2 players, and obviously they were annoyed. I would have been probably annoyed. Maybe it shouldn't have gone as badly as it did if people knew the rules. I made the rules quite clear, or I thought I did, that if you don't fill out the form, the Google form that we've hung out like almost a whole week before the event starts, if you don't fill that form out, you are not allowed to play. And I thought that was a clear rule. Maybe not. Quite a lot of people said they didn't know the rule existed. Quite a lot of people said they did. So what happened was green team tried to get Tossler onto their team just as a substitute, because obviously they had less players. And at first I was like, yeah, that's a great idea, but then I was like, hold on, that would break rules. And Joy told me this as well. Joy like just reminded me of the fact that this is against the rules. We made rules. We shouldn't break the rules just because something like this happened. And so there was like a massive debate for like a whole like 20 minutes of whether Tossler should be allowed to play for them or not. Me, Joy, and Gray, who were like the 3 event managers for the tournament, we all decided that it'd be best if it didn't happen. And Although I tried to explain this to people why, I don't think anyone really like listened to me and Joy at the time. There was a lot of things happening, so I don't really blame you. But here's the thing. If we let someone play now without filling out the form, just because some teammates didn't show up, what stops people from using this as an example in the future? So, what if this happens again, let's say in like 2 weeks, and we say, no, we can't let you have this player because they didn't fill out the form? Then they can say, oh, but look, 2 weeks ago in April, you let this team have this player, so if you don't do this, then you're basically discriminating. And obviously that would get us in trouble. We'd have no choice but to let them have players. So I think it's just best we keep to the rules right from the start. There's no point trying to break the rules. So that's exactly why we couldn't let Tosser in the team. And obviously green team only had 2 players. They had a massive disadvantage, so we decided that we'd double all the points in the tournament for them because they only had 2 players. There was a little problem between blue and green. Green said that blue was targeting them. I personally don't think they were. Obviously blue had 4 players, green had 2. Green had a disadvantage by around a half. Our team and yellow team was fighting, so it was kind of natural for blue to go for green rather than for any other team. As soon as green did die, blue went for us straight away, and then we kind of got eliminated really fast when we got double teamed. But I don't mind, it was pretty fair. I don't blame blue team for going for us rather than yellow at that point, because obviously we had more points, so it made sense. I don't think there was any targeting or cross-teaming personally. So that went pretty well, and then we did all the other mini games. So then the tournament was technically finished. The only thing was left was the final round. So I added all the points. Turned out red team had the most points by quite a strong lead above yellow team, which was in second. And then blue team was third, and then green team was fourth. I'm so good. And then it got to the last game of mini walls. Yellow team got like, I wouldn't say targeted as much, more than blue team, probably trying to get ahead of yellow on the leaderboard, trying to take them out, knowing they can't beat us because we had such an advantage. Here's like my theory. So blue team wanted to get second because obviously that's the only spot they could have gone for at the time. They had 1 more game left. So I guess that's why blue went for yellow, because if they let yellow get kills, if they got yellow win the game, they would stay in third. So they had to do something to get in second. And then we went for yellow because we knew yellow was second. And even though we had such a huge advantage, we just wanted to play it safe. We had no idea that blue could catch up so well. It's not like we had this all planned out and that we hated yellow team and we just wanted blue to come in second. No, that's not what happened. We just went for the team that seemed like the biggest threat. But we did get eliminated really fast in the second game as well. Blue did really, really well. Like, they had such a... I don't know if they had a good plan or if it just went really well, but they did really good during the second mini walls game. And they got winner, and I think they got top 2 killers as well. So that gave them such a boost on the leaderboard that they actually came second in the end. So it was red team against blue team in the finals. We had such a good tactic for 4v4s planned out, whereas I don't think blue did, because it didn't really seem like they did. They kind of like worked separately. Although I may be wrong. I'm not saying like that they didn't work well as a team. They did really good in a lot of games, but yeah, the finals game was kind of like in red's favor, I guess, for almost the whole game. So yeah, red did end up winning in the end. It was really fun. I don't regret anything. It was definitely like the best tournament by far, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. Quickly before I finish the video, I kind of want to go over the rules again, because I don't want this to happen again. If I don't specify these rules again, I think people won't notice how important these are. So on Wednesday I went over the fact that we won't be waiting for people, and no one really had problems with that, so I'm really happy that everyone understood and they watched the video and they knew that this was a thing. So no one was moaning that we started at the right time and that when someone like came off the game we couldn't wait for them and just stuff like that. People got kicked out of the games a lot, so we did restart those. It was all fine with that. So I just want to thank you all for like listening to that rule, because that's a very important rule as well. But then there's the second rule that's I didn't emphasize. I didn't know that it would happen, to be honest. I thought it would all go pretty smooth, but it didn't. I've already gone over this obviously, but the rule that if you don't fill out the the Google form before the tournament, you were not allowed to join into any team, not even as a sub. This prevents people from like last minute getting like really good players on and unbalancing the teams. We want to know who's on who team. We want to know who the subs are so we can make the teams pretty balanced. And it worked this week. Like, I don't think you can say that that balancing teams didn't go well, because it did. The bed was 4v4v4v4 game lasted for over half an hour. That's how, and with like no bed destroys for over half an hour. So the fact that the teams were able to like survive for this long without a single bed destroy quite clearly and obviously shows me that the teams were balanced. People weren't able to like completely destroy a different team. People were able to defend really well. Everyone worked really well together. If you don't fill out the Google form, you are not allowed to join the tournament. I'm making this really clear. From next week, we're having 30 players. I'll probably make an announcement on Wednesday about why this is happening. But I don't think we'll go over max, so we probably won't have any reserves. And there won't be any team, but I'll announce that later on. It was a really good tournament. I'm really thankful to everyone who came. You made it really great. All the players were really good. There was a little bit of drama, but that's kind of natural, I guess. It didn't really continue too far. It's not like it was a massive drama that made people like quit the server forever and like made people argue that much. I think it was like just a thing that happened on the spot because people were stressing out. But other than that, it was such a good tournament. It was definitely my favorite week, not just because I won, but just because of how good it was. Like, it felt like an actual tournament, like an actual competition. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe for more content, obviously. On the top right, you can see my playlist, my Artisium playlist. On the bottom right, you can see my last video. And I think I'll see you guys on Wednesday now. So yeah, bye guys.